My desire to be well informed is currently at odds with my desire to remain sane. I am 100% feeling this right now with everything going on. And so, as we enter this new week of school, I wanted it to sort of be a bit of a vacation from some of the overwhelming news. So, we are going to be having a current events debate starting today, and it's going to take us throughout the rest of the week. It's going to be another one of those choice debates, and it is our fourth current events debate. And so I wanted to make sure that this was as similar to what we have done all year with our current events debates as I could possibly make it without being in the classroom with you. So, what will it look like with e learning? Today, you're going to read and annotate a current events debate article. Tomorrow, you're going to evaluate those articles and complete the argument analysis activity. Your Thursday, you're going to discuss using Schoology conferences. Stay tuned. There's more direction on that coming tomorrow. And then Friday, you're going to post your position. Overwhelmingly, I want this to be as identical to what we do in class as possible because we have been so great at debates this year. With that, please trust that I know I'm not going to be perfect at doing this digitally. So if there is an issue, just know we're going to be flexible. We'll work with you and let me know if I can help you in any way. Here's our goal for today, though. So let's start here. You are going to read and annotate a current events article to find strong evidence. Step 1, in a moment, you're going to select an article that interests you. You're going to complete a Google form to do that. Step 2, you're going to read and annotate the article for evidence. And step 3, you're going to submit the annotated article to a submission box before the end of class today. If you do all 3 of those things, you are spot on and you hit my learning target. So we're going to go a little bit out of order here. We're going to start by talking about 2. After you pick a topic that interests you, you are going to read and annotate it. But how are you going to annotate it? This is different. Important. This is different. At the top of your article, these directions are posted there. Your job is to read the article and find which types of evidence the authors use. You've probably noticed throughout the year, as well as in writing class, that authors use different types of evidence to make the reader feel a certain type of way. So, you're going to first and foremost pick colors for each of these. For appeals to emotions, I picked pink. For uses data or scholarly research, I picked green. And tells why the other side's argument is weak, I picked blue. You can pick whichever colors you would like. Okay, once you put it into Notability, it's up to you. So let's say I'm reading my article here. I'm reading, I'm paying attention closely, I'm rereading things that don't make sense, I'm defining tough words, yada, 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 and I get to this line down here. Today, about 1 in 6 service members is female. An estimated 378,000 serve in uniform. That to me sounds like data and scholarly research. So I would make that green. This is how this activity will work. So all you're doing in reality is highlighting on Notability using 3 colors and then submitting that highlighted version of your article. Okay, topics. So before I can let you dive into those articles, obviously you need to pick a topic that interests you. Option number 1 is, do we need stricter gun laws? This topic is obviously pretty close to us being in schools and having experienced sort of the increase in, unfortunately, violence in schools recently. This is something that's incredibly important to talk about as students, and we just finished talking about the amendments. Option 2, should women be included in the draft? This is something that came up recently with some friends of mine, interestingly enough, as well as my husband, who is a veteran, was talking about whether or not women should be included in the draft. But if you're interested in learning more about this article is for you. Option 3 is, does the use of facial recognition software violate your constitutional rights? Facial recognition software is already being used across the board in things like Facebook, unlocking your iPhones, adding filters on Snapchat, etc. However, would it be fair for police to use this to solve crimes? Or does that violate your Fourth Amendment right to search and seizure? So this is a challenge topic, just so you know. A little bit longer of an article. It's more dense. If you're up for it, please do it. It's incredibly interesting. But I do want you to know it's a challenge before you start. So back to where we started with our goals for today. you're going to pick one of those 3 topics and complete the Google form. You're going to read and annotate the article for evidence, and you're going to submit the annotated article to the submission box. So that's it for today. Good luck. You're going to do great.